Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your June 2020 general reading. Because it is general, the messages will not resonate with everyone, so please check back to your Moon and Rising sign videos. I have with me the Radiant White deck. We will be clarifying with La Vida Sibila. We will be pulling both a romance and an angel answer card, and then you will get the opportunity to wrap the reading up with a golden Nostradamus card. So, hopefully my camera won't shut off. I haven't been able to figure out why there's a particular conflict between the program that I'm using and the built-in camera on my Mac. So, I'll probably have to call the Apple people back to help me figure that one out. I've looked and I can't seem to figure it out. So, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. 9 cards down, the Fool card. And I like to see the Fool at the beginning of a reading. It's pretty good. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, wow. The Justice card. Wow. Huh. Okay. The Three of Wands. The 8 of Coins. My goodness. Oh, wow. The Sun has come out. So obviously, some new beginning, a change of fortune, one that is probably due or come about due to karmic circumstances. Okay. Or there's the 5 of Cups. Well, it can't all be roses and sunshine all the time, right? Oh, the Death card. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see what the last card is. And it is the Page of Wands. How interesting. You know what this tells me, though, particularly down the center, is that whatever this thing is that you've been working on, this apprenticeship, this perfection, this thing of just doing it, and doing it. Sometimes this is literally about making money. That's going to come to an end. So I'm not exactly sure if maybe some of you retire. Well, let's see. It is the 4 of Swords. So obviously for some of you, Piscean, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, we are in a moment where maybe this is where you have taken some time out. Maybe you are in the process of, again, taking some time out, or in the future. But this is to contemplate something. This is to put your mind at rest. It is to not worry about it and not to be filled with anxiety. Sometimes we literally have to stop thinking about things because thoughts can become reality. Nothing ever created in this world was not created without a thought. And so thought forms are very, very powerful, and they can linger and hang around. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana, so this is something something that is, I'm going to say, life-changing and or life-affirming for you. And even though the Death card has shown up, here we have the Sun card. And if you will notice, the Sun is coming up there to those 2 towers. Do we have to mourn things or turn things around? Yeah, but I'm thinking that the Death card is actually that idea of you letting something go. Okay? So what I'm going to do, because I can only look at 1, 2, 3 cards here, and this is something that is more so on a spiritual plane than it is on the earthly plane, simply due to the number of major arcana cards. Let me first talk to you about the Fool being at the beginning of a major arcana. Basically, if it's at the beginning or at the end, it depicts a learning experience through life from beginning to end. Okay, in other words, it's an adventure that is fraught with mistakes and mishaps, but it is part of the lesson to overcome these obstacles to evolve. So it says that appearing at the beginning of a reading, it may be indicating that haste must be made, as now is a time to make life changes. Look inward for your answers and then move forward with discretion and confidence. Okay? And this judgment is just that. I mean, that's justice. But justice requires the idea of determining what is right and what is wrong. Okay? I don't think this is necessarily a legal issue, but it very well could be. I'm going to take a look here at these Three of Wands. There's only one cup card here, and it is the Five of Cups. And the Sun card comes in to even dispel the negativity or the darkness of the Death card. And quite frankly, this card is not a dark card. We know that the Tower is a dark card, the Devil is a dark card. So even though this speaks to the idea of permanent endings, right? Those endings always bring us some type of new opportunity or a chance to transform something from what it used to be. Okay? So don't allow that to frighten you that it has shown up. Now, the Three of Wands next to the Justice card is a message of encouragement, as eventually you will benefit from all of your past efforts. Keep going, as you will reap better than expected rewards. Near the Wheel of Fortune, it tells you that a positive attitude will bring about positive results. So whatever the hell this is, quickly get rid of it so that you can move on. All right? I don't know what that is, but get rid of it because it's not doing you any good. Let's take a look at these Eight of Pentacles. And I just assume, at least the way the energy is coming off of that card, that this is relating to the idea of, again, to keep working. Keep working. Maybe something was a disappointment to you. Let's see. Now, it says here, the Eight of Pentacles with the Fool is a warning to be cautious. That even though things may seem to be going according to plan, do not become complacent or careless with your work or finances. Otherwise, you will bear the negative consequences. And maybe for some of you, that's what that is. Yeah? And now I'm going to look at this to see if it tells me anything being next to these cards. With the Wheel of Fortune, it indicates that career opportunities, successful negotiations, and agreements in both your business and personal affairs will all be of a positive nature. But it is imperative that you act immediately. I do not have any repeater numbers here. Let me just see if I can, normally there is not a, but I'm going to tell you what this tells me, that whatever this situation is, it will ultimately right itself. If there's a question about maybe you going to work in the law or like become a lawyer or a counselor, typically if there's a question, this card will come out to say yes, because here we see that a message comes. Eventually the message will come. To me, I don't understand here what this Five of Cups says as it relates to this Eight of Pentacles and the Justice card. So what I'm going to do, maybe this was the idea that you were starting off on some new venture and you have run into, again, to me, this really reads like regrets or disappointments. It's not something really that you should spend a lot of time on. Again, because it serves no purpose for you. Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, then the Sun, the Dead. It's such a strong reading. Let me just see what this Five of Cups is all about, because really there's nothing else in the deck that gives me pause or makes me disgrazia. This is the tragedy card. The Ammalato. But look. The Allegrezza al Cuore. Those are very strange cards to come out together. But I think what that's telling me is that whatever this, maybe it's a humiliation, maybe it's a dejection, maybe it's a embarrassment, maybe it's a regret, that it lays you low for a little while, but really it is something that you should be happy and you should rejoice about. I don't necessarily see that this is actually a loss of someone, although that's very possible, particularly in the environment that we are in now. Pandemics and violence in the streets, and I really don't know, but even still, I won't lie to you that the energy coming off the spread does not feel heavy. It does not feel it's not negative. It is not even really mournful. It is simply this idea of maybe feeling sorry for yourself for a little bit, being depressed, or maybe even having to take to your bed. It was probably one of those kinds of things, a blow in some way. But that really, I think in short time, you're going to get up. And in a sense, it's almost like the cards are saying that it'll actually be something to celebrate. Sometimes we want things, or we think things, or we hope things, and they don't turn out right. And what we don't understand is that is really a blessing in disguise. Basically, it says that this really highlights the need to take a break from a very stressful situation and to regain your health and inner strength. Really, this Ammalato, okay? Basically, it says that there may be a strong desire to go on a holiday, or to spend more time in meditation and prayer and in following your own spiritual pursuits, so that you can nourish your soul after a spiritually taxing period of stress and hardship. Basically, the symbols here on the bed next to on the table is a bottle of medication and a glass, showing the desire to heal and get better. Above the bed are two holy water fonts representing spirituality and faith in God in all times of adversity. All of these symbols represent hope, even if it is only faint, of a recovery and a desire to take some time out and to be left alone. Let me take a look here to tell you what the disgrazia means. It is a tragedy card, okay? And it foretells of a great turbulence, the arrival of a traumatic event, okay? Um, what this card wants to convey is that usually whatever happens to cause this is not something necessarily that you deserved, okay? It implies that you have failed to learn from past mistakes, or that a mistake from the past will come to exact payment in the present. In other words, you will feel like a victim of circumstance and completely powerless. In personal relationships, it can herald a painful and sudden separation, violence, the loss of a friend or family member, bereavement, and the traumatic and unexpected loss of a loved one. Sometimes it could just simply mean out of the blue, a stroke of luck. And what's interesting to me, because see, there's three cups over here that you're still looking at, but there are two cards behind you. Now, that's the Two of Cups in disguise for me. It always is. So let's take a look here at the happiness of the heart. It foretells of the answer to a prayer, a fulfilled hope, and a period of happiness ahead. It guarantees success and realization. In business, it represents a good investment, achievement, good contracts, and financial stability. Consolations and or engagements, happiness, fulfillment, and loyalty. But it also says that it represents the arrival of something good, of good news, fulfillment, recognition, of happy times, free of worry and celebration, of support by someone close, perhaps in a very short period of time. If personal relationships were troubled, it heralds a reconciliation. It indicates the presence of loyalty and the ability to make a commitment. Also in business. So honestly, I don't know what is left to mourn. This could simply be a period in which whatever it is you are being asked to leave behind, it may be difficult for you. And yes, when we have to put things down and leave them aside, we can sometimes find that those negative things have become like a crutch or an old friend. Well, now it's time to make new friends and to throw away the crutch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a romance angel card to formulate your question. I don't know if you've lost a job or you lost a project, but it's okay because something better is coming. Okay? If this is the breakup of a relationship, you will find yourself moving along in quick time. I do feel that. Okay? I just think whatever this thing was, it happened to you quite unexpectedly out of the blue. And it was painful. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This could be the idea that maybe you get a job, offer, and you got to move. And you got to leave that loved one behind. I don't necessarily see that there's a marriage here, but a close relationship, indeed, most definitely. But the fortunes have changed, right? And to me, the death card sitting under this Eight of Pentacles says you're not going to have to work so hard anymore. That's what it says to me. There's something better. Nostradamus. You know, like I said, maybe it's a loss of a job. That's really how it feels to me. Maybe this is a question about, will I get a new job? And if that's the answer, I say yes. And whatever it is, it's going to be better than what you had before. The glove. Interesting. Finances and career. Money and love have historically been linked, and this card points to the correlation. The romance angels want to disentangle you from financial or career pressures so that you may enjoy every aspect of your life, including romance. While work can be a source of heart opening satisfaction, it must be balanced with other facets of love, such as playfulness and laughter. You received this card because you'd benefit from an infusion of such lightheartedness. Call upon the angels to elevate your mood, energy levels, finances, career, and anything else that will bring you peace. There's something better. Heaven has something wonderful in mind for you. However, it is not the same thing that you have planned. Ask yourself, what would you rather have? The very thing that you are asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled? Sometimes the universe has joys in store for us that we could never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you are asking for, and trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. I mean, isn't that great? I just think that's so lovely. And now we come to, I think it's the glove. Now listen. Those too free with flattery and praise seek to deceive you and make you their prey. You will face a challenge or a duel with someone, or a confrontation with your own shadow or limitations. But it also says a potential lawsuit may arise. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. Maybe the case is suddenly dropped and you can move on. That's it. I don't see anything else really that is really something to worry about. I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's just a bit of discomfort and maybe a nuisance and maybe a shock and maybe it's painful. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big of a deal. Okay? At least that's the feeling coming off of the cards. Every story is different. Every circumstance is different. And so that's what I have for you. I do hope those messages help you, Pisces. And until next time, namaste.